Also, they are the faces of a powerful and growing movement. Survivors of the Parkland school shooting are now on the cover of Time magazine. And thanks for staying up late with us tonight. I'm Scott Levin.
And I'm Mary Alice Demler. Those kids are leading the March for Our Lives this weekend, and students here in Western New York will be joining them. And
some of them will head down to Washington, D.C. Others will protest right here in Buffalo. 2 Side's Danny Spiewak has more on what they're fighting for.
36 days of activism and counting.
We refuse to let this vicious cycle continue.
Whether it's Niagara Falls students walking out in protest into the snow or Canisius High School students standing silently in their gym, these kids are not stopping.
Once they see that 6 weeks after this shooting happened that we're still here and that we're here in such huge numbers, that maybe they'll take into account how serious we are about this and how serious we are about voting in November.
Pioneer High School senior Aaron Byers leaves on Friday to embark on an age-old civic tradition, a march through our nation's capital. The March for Our Lives is likely to draw as many people as the 1963 March on Washington. It will be the largest anti-gun violence rally since 2000, when the Million Mom March drew more than 500,000 people.
It's very historic, and it's such a huge thing that to be a small part of is such an honor.
700 similar rallies are expected in cities across the country on Saturday. Buffalo's is expected to draw up to 2,500 people in Niagara Square. As her friend heads to D.C., East Aurora senior Georgia Vanderwater will stay home for the Western New York March.
It's going to really show them that although people often say that students and young people aren't politically active or aren't active in their world, I think it's really going to prove that statement wrong and show that we really care about what's happening.
Students across the country have used social media to call for some of the same policy changes, like stronger background checks and measures to keep guns away from dangerous people.
I think it's going to send a really clear message to politicians that this isn't something we're giving up.
The Buffalo March for Our Lives is scheduled to start at 1:30 on Saturday afternoon. It will begin at the steps of Buffalo City Hall before a march proceeds through downtown Buffalo. Danny Spiewak, Channel 2 News.